Once upon a time, in a cheerful little town called Tickleberry, everything shimmered with the brightest colors anyone had ever seen. The trees were emerald green, the sky was blueberry blue, and the cupcakes at Mr. Bumble's bakery came in rainbow swirls. Every morning, the sun would rise and paint the sky in golden blush, and even the rooftops seemed to smile in soft pinks and purples. But one day, something very strange happened. When the sun peeked over the hilltops, the sky didn't turn blue. It stayed a dull gray. The tulips in Miss Marigold's garden looked like they were made of paper, and even the strawberry jam at breakfast looked like plain jelly. All the colors were gone, completely vanished without a trace. Little Lila Lavender, who loved wearing her favorite polka dot pink dress, stared into the mirror and gasped. Her reflection was gray, her dress was gray, her face was gray, even her sparkly shoes had lost their shine. She ran to her mother, who looked just as gray and just as puzzled.
Mommy, I am not colorful anymore.
The town was buzzing with confusion. An emergency meeting was called at the schoolyard, and everyone came with their wagons and umbrellas and backpacks, everything looking like an old black and white movie. The mayor, who used to wear bright red suspenders, looked very serious as he stood on the steps.
We believe this is the work of the color thief.
Gasps rippled through the crowd. Only Grandma Dottie, the oldest and wisest woman in town, nodded calmly.
He's real,
she said, adjusting her faded shawl.
a sneaky little creature who steals colors to paint his lonely castle. He only returns when children stop imagining.
Lila's best friend Max, who was brave and always full of ideas, raised his hand.
Then we need to stop him. If it is imagination he wants, we've got plenty of that.
Lila agreed with a determined nod.
I imagine all the time. Let's go get our colors back.
They packed a magical backpack with crayons, glitter jars, a flashlight, and 3 jelly sandwiches, just in case they got hungry on their quest, and off they went, through the edge of town, into the deep, now gray forest. The trees that once swayed with golden leaves were now stiff and colorless. As they walked, a tiny voice squeaked from behind a rock.
Max, down here.
It was a curious little creature made entirely of pencils and paintbrushes. His name was Scribble. He was once the guardian of color, but now his bristles drooped, and he looked more like an old eraser than a magic helper.
The color thief passed through here last night,
Scribble whispered. He's headed for the Cave of Forgotten Dreams.
How do we find it?
Asked Lila, clutching her glitter jar. Scribble pointed to the wind.
Follow the echoes of laughter. Color lives where joy lives.
They followed giggles and distant birthday songs and the faint sound of baby babbles, up hills, across a bridge made of marshmallows, and through a field of dreaming daisies they went. Finally, they came to a cave that shimmered faintly, not with light, but with the memories of color. Shadows danced on the walls. A ballerina spinning in faded pink. On a crooked throne made of crayon stubs and torn coloring books sat the color thief. He wasn't as scary as they expected. He wore a crown of broken paint caps. His eyes were smoky and sad.
I didn't steal the colors,
he said gruffly.
I borrowed them. Children weren't using them. Nobody imagined anymore.
That's not true.
Lila shouted.
I imagine a dragon that drinks lemonade and sings opera.
Max added.
And I imagine a jungle made of jelly beans and socks.
The cave walls began to shimmer. Scribble grinned behind his tiny paws. Suddenly, bursts of yellow, blue, and green fluttered out like butterflies. Color exploded into the air, racing through the cave, slipping through cracks, and shooting up into the sky like fireworks. Outside, the hills turned green again. The flowers bloomed. The cupcakes sparkled. Grandma Dottie's shawl shone in flamingo pink. Even the color thief blinked as the colors returned to his furry coat.
I forgot how bright the world could be,
he whispered. From that day on, he decided to stay in town, not to steal color, but to teach children how to paint, draw, and dream in bold, beautiful shades.